Hey, have you ever just looked up, way up, past all the city lights, into the deep, dark night sky? You see all those little twinkling lights, right? Those stars? Ever wonder what's it really like up there? What would it feel like to just float right in the middle of all of them? Well, guess what? Today we're gonna find out. So, you know all those movies with the big, loud spaceships and giant explosions? Yeah, forget all of that. That's not the real story. We're about to discover what space is actually like. I'm talking, what does it feel like? And get this, what does it sound like? Let's go. Okay, let's really think about this. Is it cold up there? Is it colder than the most freezing, super snowy day you've ever felt? And what about the silence? If your best friend was floating right next to you and they shouted your name as loud as they could, would you hear anything at all? And here it is, the biggest, most mind-boggling question of all. Imagine you're in a super-fast rocket ship, and you just go. You fly past stars, past whole galaxies. You just keep going and going and going. Do you ever hit a wall? Is there an end? Or does it just go on forever? Well, guess what? We're not just going to talk about it, we're going to do it. Our journey starts right now. So buckle up, make sure your helmet is on tight. Are you ready? Let's do the countdown together, loud and clear. 3, 2, 1, blast off! All right, we're heading up, up, up. So where does our sky end and outer space actually begin? There's got to be a line somewhere, right? Let's go find it. Okay, perfect time for a question. Teacher, pause here for a moment. Let's get some ideas. Turn to your partner and whisper, how high up do you think space starts? All right, did you make a guess? The official line, the place where space begins, is 100 kilometers straight up from the ground. Wow, that is way higher than any airplane can go. And as soon as you cross that invisible line, everything changes. So what's the biggest change? Okay, I want you to imagine taking a big, deep breath right now. Feel that? Now imagine trying to do that, and there's nothing there. Nothing at all. That's the biggest rule of space. There is no air. And if there's no air, that means no wind, no clouds, no weather whatsoever. And this is super, super important. No air means you can't breathe, not even a little bit. And if you can't breathe, you need some help, right? That's why spacesuits are absolutely essential. They're like your own personal spaceship bubble with everything you need to stay safe, especially your own air to breathe. Okay, so we're officially in space. Now we gotta learn the rules of this new world. And they are weird, really weird. Let's talk about how it feels out here. You are not gonna believe this one. Out here, it's boiling hot and freezing cold at the exact same time. It's wild. If you're floating in the sunshine, you're hotter than an oven. But if you drift into the shadow of your spaceship, bam! Instantly, you're colder than Antarctica. Why? Because there's no air to spread the heat out. It's either all on or all off. Whoa, that's intense. So, teacher, let's pause right here. Ask everyone, if you had to choose, would you rather be in the boiling hot sunlight or the freezing cold shade? Talk about it for a second. Okay, remember our number one rule, no air. Well, that leads to another really strange thing. See, sound travels in waves, kind of like ripples in a pond. But those waves need something to travel through, like air. So, if there's no air in space, that means no sound. Not just quiet. Completely, utterly silent. You could see the biggest explosion in the universe happen right in front of you, and you would hear absolutely nothing. It's hard to even imagine, right? Let's try it. Teacher, let's have everyone be totally silent for 5 seconds. Ready? Go. That right there, that's what space sounds like. Okay, so it's freezing, it's boiling, it's totally silent. But what about the good stuff? What can you actually see out here? Oh, just you wait. Let's go exploring. It is definitely not empty out here. Your window is filled with the most incredible things. You've got sparkling stars, giant planets, comets zipping by with icy tails. You can even see entire galaxies. You know, a galaxy is just a giant city made of billions of stars. And get this, our galaxy, the Milky Way, has more stars in it than all the grains of sand on all the beaches in the entire world. Mind-blowing, right? And the way it feels?
Oh, it's the best part. You don't walk, you just float. It's all thanks to something called microgravity. It just means you don't feel heavy and you don't fall down. You can do a push-up with one finger, you can do a cartwheel and just gently drift across the room. It's so cool. Astronauts actually have to tie their sleeping bags down so they don't float away while they're sleeping.
Okay, you have to admit that sounds like so much fun. Teacher, let's pause again. This is a good one. Ask everyone, what is the absolute funniest, silliest thing you would do if you could float around like that? Floating is amazing, for sure, but being an astronaut isn't all fun and games. It's a really important job, and it can be dangerous. Let's see what it's like from their point of view. So, space is beautiful, but you have to be careful. We already know about the big dangers. No air to breathe and those crazy hot and cold temperatures. But there's more. There are tiny little rocks flying around. Some are as small as a grain of sand, but they're moving faster than a bullet. That's why astronauts have to be so brave and well-trained. And speaking of heroes, let's talk about one of the most famous explorers ever, Neil Armstrong. He was the very first person to ever set foot on the moon, and when he took that first step, he said something that people will remember forever. He said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Wow, what a trip. Our journey is almost at an end, so let's have a super quick quiz to see what we remember, and then we'll finish with the biggest mystery of all. Okay, mini quiz time. Quick answers. Number 1, is there air in space? Nope. Number 2, can you hear anything in space? No way. And number 3, do astronauts float? Yes, they do. Awesome job, you got them all. All right, here we are, the last biggest question, the one we started with. Does space ever end? And the honest answer is, we don't know. Isn't that amazing? The smartest scientists on Earth are still searching for that answer. It's so big, so vast, it might just keep going and going forever. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember everything we talked about. Remember the silence, the floating, the hot, and the cold. And remember the big mysteries we still have to solve. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, one of you, an explorer from your classroom, will be the one to go out there and find the answers. Keep looking up.